Hi, and welcome to SimpleSpiritualityPH. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Regine. I am an intuitive, manifesting-based tarot reader. I am a certified Reiki healer and an overall light worker. And before we dive into today's video, I would like to invite everyone who would like to receive notifications of my new videos to please hit the subscribe button right there, over there. If you like this video later on, please give it your thumbs up. If you have any comments, suggestions, you want to say hey, please do comment them down below. And if you would like your very own tarot reading or Reiki healing session with me, online for now, of course, here are the details. Alrighty, now, before we begin, every Tuesday on my Instagram at SimpleSpiritualityPH is free health Reiki Tuesday. So, if you or anyone you know would like to have Reiki done, just go to my Instagram at SimpleSpiritualityPH and you'll find a little box there, or just send a DM, Guaranteed that I will send health Reiki to whoever you would like Reiki sent to. Now, every Wednesday, my one question, one card reading is 50% off. So every Tuesday, free health Reiki. Every Wednesday, 50% off on all my one question, one card readings. Also, I do have a donation button down below. Thank you so much to everyone who has donated thus far. You're keeping me afloat. I'm officially done with my externship and officially unemployed as a student. And yes, you guys are keeping me afloat. To everyone who has donated, who has bought my food from at Cuisine Occult, because I'm a chef, right? And everyone who has had a session with me, like a tarot session or a Reiki session with me, thank you so much. But anyways, for donations, the only avenue by which you can do so is down below. That's a PayPal link, and that is the only link that you can donate to. Okay, I don't have any other links, just the one down below. Thank you very much. Also, to everyone who has donated thus far, I want to give you the chance to win your very own free in-depth reading. Yes, a free in-depth reading from me via email. If you have donated thus far, you are automatically in the running to win a free in-depth reading from me. All right, I'll just notify the winner every month. So that's every month this year. Now, let's go to the juicy part, which is the actual reading. We're going to be using the Light Seers Tarot by, who is this again? Chris Ann. By Chris Ann. I have an unboxing of this. I'll leave it somewhere there. This is a pretty rad deck. I mean, I love this deck so much. And from the title, I guess you're already excited to know what the topic is going to be about. And that is RM's boyfriend style. RM's new video just came out, come back. I don't have the words, I mean, maybe I'll do a little analysis at the end of this, but first let's get to the reading. And this is the card that came out for us. It is the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Note that the color is indigo, which is also an album of RM. Very RM to be surprisingly accurate. This card is surprisingly accurate. Now, in terms of boyfriend style, the thing that stands out the most to me here, like the message that stands out most to me here, is the fact that RM seems to be the kind of person or the kind of boyfriend or the kind of lover or the kind of husband, partner, who he's very much in tune with his emotions. He lets his emotions run the show, It's very interesting because RM is such an intellectual. But at the same time, I find that those who are very intellectual, those who let their heads rule a lot, oftentimes also let their hearts rule when it comes to love. I feel that RM's intelligence doesn't just span or it doesn't just describe the way he thinks, but it also describes the way he feels. He has a lot of emotional intelligence, I have to say. Like, emotional intelligence is the mastery, basically, of your emotions. And when it comes to being a boyfriend, when it comes to being a partner, when it comes to being a husband, at this point in time, if RM was one, if he was a boyfriend, if he was a husband, if he was if he was put into that situation where he was a partner to someone or he was a romantic figure to someone, he lets his heart lead. He keeps his heart protected. He keeps his emotions protected and guarded. But at the same time, he's also not afraid to present that to the other person, to his partner. And indigo, we see this woman surrounded in indigo, and indigo is actually the color of the third eye chakra. It rules your intuition. It allows you to foresee your future. It allows you to envision basically the future, the kind of future that you want. So if you want to vision something, if you want to visualize something, ask for the help of your root chakra. RM is actually very intuitive on his own. He has the intuition of a child. Children have great intuition because they're not tainted by the world, actually. They have perfect intuition. They're great manifestors because to them everything is possible. There's no such thing as no. It's only us adults that tell them no, that's not possible, but to them, oh yeah, it's possible. If I want it, I'll have it, That's how children operate. And to RM, even though he's an adult, he doesn't know that there's a side of him that is very childlike and is very tuned in and tapped into the energy of manifesting and foreseeing what he really, really wants and what is in store for him. His intuition lies, I would want to say actually that RM is a claircognizant like me. I'm classified as a claircognizant, meaning I know things without knowing how I know things. And I think Suga is like that as well. But anyways, in terms of love, right? Because we're talking about RM's boyfriend style. In terms of love, it seems like he lets his intuition also guide the relationship, if that makes any sense. Like, he allows his third eye chakra to give him signals and signs and divine guidance. Allows him to make divinely guided actions towards his relationships. Not just romantic, actually, I see, but in terms of all his relationships, even with the other members. Now, since he's very emotional, I feel also that from this card, the message that I'm getting is, in terms of boyfriend style also, RM is the kind of person who is very loving. He will, put his heart on his sleeve for you. He isn't afraid to declare that, hey, I love you, or hey, I like you. Let's be together or let's talk about this. He's not the kind of person who shies away from the difficult conversations. And intellectually, it follows as well. People who are intellectually forward or who use their intellect a lot also don't shy from the difficult conversations. They talk about it because they know that there's a solution to it. And that's one tip that we can get from him. So if you're ever in a rut with anyone you're in a relationship with, whether it's romantic, family, friends, if there's a problem, talk about it, just talk about it, because otherwise you're just going around and around in circles, right? So in terms of boyfriend style, it seems that RM is like that. He puts his heart on his sleeve for the other person. He's the kind of person who will share and talk, not just because he's intellectual, but because he feels that way. His emotions, his heart will tell him to share, that kind of thing. And he's also not afraid to share his body, if you know what I mean. So he's very much, how do I say this? Very respectfully, it seems like this card is telling me that at this point in time, RM is very much open to physical intimacy as well. Now, this is not a fact. We're reading the energy, all right? I know y'all haters want to say a lot of stuff like, no, he's not like that. No, he's not like that. But did you talk to him? And so, the next best thing that we can do is to actually read the energy, right? So energetically speaking, RM is at a point in his life where he's ready to be physically intimate. He's ready to be emotionally intimate. He's ready to be intimate and bare his soul. And I think that's what he's been doing. He's beginning that stepping stone with his music thus far. Actually, ever since Indigo came out, I feel that we've been seeing more and more and more of RM and more of his personality, who he really is. And with his new music video, it's telling me that he's more than ready to bear who he really is. Like, he doesn't feel so tied down, so bounded anymore by rules or anything like that. He's just ready to show himself. And so I like this. It's a very pure kind of boyfriend style. He bears his heart and soul. He talks a lot when it comes to the relationship. Again, he's not one, energetically, from what I'm reading, he doesn't seem like one who will shy away from conversations, from hard topics, from things that you do need to talk about. It's something that he takes head on, but in a civilized, thinking, rational manner, meaning he takes every point into consideration. If y'all ask me, this is a perfect boyfriend style. Someone who communicates, someone who bears his soul, someone who will love you truly and fully, but someone who also keeps their emotions protected. Like, he doesn't just allow himself to be used, he doesn't allow usury going on. That is pretty much perfect boyfriend style, if y'all ask me. hmm So, if RM wasn't your bias wrecker, maybe after this video, he now is. He deserves it. He's such a, how do I say this? He's such a Namjoon. He's such an RM. He's RM. He is who he is, and we love that. We love his boyfriend style too. I like this reading a lot. I love this boyfriend style. Like, all green flags everywhere. And I actually also feel the humility and, like, going bare bones, basically. Like, he will really show you who he is when faced in a relationship, whether, again, if it's friends or romantic, but most definitely in romantic situations. So that is RM for us in a nutshell. RM's boyfriend style for us in a nutshell. Yeah, seems pretty perfect. Now, excuse me, I did say that I was going to talk a little bit about the music video. And boy, what a music video it is. First of all, I love the interiors. I'm a big interiors fan. I hate going into a room and everything is disorganized, but that's my room. So I hate that. But I love aesthetically pleasing interiors. I love interiors that make me feel calm. And that is what, like, the setting of the music video is like that. But isn't it weird though that everything is so calm? Like, all the interiors inside the music video are all calm, and they're all serene, and they're even using muted colors, like muted blues, muted browns, and all of that stuff. But everything is just in chaos. Like, every split second something is chaotic. So for the first thing, it's so interesting that even though everything seems so calm to RM, like him in the video, right? Him in the video, he's not at ease. He's not calm at all, even though everything points to that. There are plants everywhere. There are plush pillows. There are friends that you can enjoy. You have the company of your family. You have the company of your parents. And yet there wasn't a moment in the first half of the video where it was calm, right? Not a single moment where it was calm. So in the places, my interpretation of that is in the places where he's supposed to be more comfortable, in the places where he's supposed to be comfortable because he's been doing it for years, right? He's not. Like, there's a lot of thinking and reflecting and maybe even turmoil going on with that. And it's getting darker because the sun is setting, but we're going to go with it up until the end of the video. So yeah, it seems like there's a lot of turmoil there in the places where he's supposedly calm, where he's supposedly used to it, right? Where everything is supposedly all right. They're all right settings for him, right? So that's my first, like, takeaway. My second takeaway is I think that it's really all about RM finding RM, to me, because at the end, right, he walks away from all of the sets. He walks away from all of these sets, and there's a clear alley where he can walk through, and he's finally at peace, right? So that moment where he stopped, I forget the name of the actress, but she's a really good actress. She's in Pachinko, I think, yeah. But there was a point there, right, where she asks him, like, are you ready? Like, almost to say, are you ready to open this door and walk down that path of kind of like clarity, or kind of like walk down that path where it's a clear path. And then we see RM kind of like thinking about it, and he's like, yeah, I think I'm ready. Like, I mean, we couldn't hear what they were talking about, right? Because the song is overlaid right there. But one can surmise that he is talking, that he is agreeing and saying, yes, that I think I'm ready. And when he finally opens the door, right, again, we see all of these sets. So my takeaway from that is you can have many facets of your life, right? You can have, like for RM, he can be an idol. He can be his parents' son, you know. He can be an actor if he wanted to be. He can even be like the intellectual RM. He can be the art lover RM. You know, he can be the idol RM. He can be Kim Namjoon. You know, he can be BTS. He can be leader. You know, he can be Rapmon. There are so many areas of your life. There are so many areas of his life that he can actually compartmentalize, meaning he doesn't have to mix all of that together with who he really is at the very core. At the very core, meaning at the end of the day, when all his work is done, all his being RM, his being a son, his being an idol is done, at the end of the day, when he's alone in his room and about to go to bed, you know, the things that he does right before he goes to bed, or the things that he does when he's alone, he doesn't have to mix all of those things. He can keep them compartmentalized and organized and kept away from who he really is. It can be a part of his life, but it doesn't need to interfere with that part of his life. And with that part of his life, I think that he's ready to show that, like who he really is as RM, as Kim Namjoon, basically. And that's why there's a little bit of a hesitation there. I think that's why he asked. I think that's why he was asked if he was ready, and there was a little bit of like, yes, I think I'm ready. Like you can see that he thought about it in that last what do you call this, in that last part. Because think about it, we also see we see mirrored images, right? Like we see him with a family setting, we see him at the party setting, we see him happy and then sad, sad and then happy, and then at the with the family setting, right, we see him sad and then happy again. So to me, that my takeaway from that, my interpretation of that is it's also indicative of the fact that you can allow it to interfere with your life or who you really are, or you can again make it compartmentalized. You can actually enjoy these little compartments, these little aspects of your life which don't need to interfere with who you really are at the very core of your being. So yeah, that's my main takeaway actually. And I think the song is more than just a love song. I mean, it can be interpreted as a love song for another person, but at the very core also, I think it is a love song to himself. It's a reminder to himself that it's okay to be who you are and it's okay to show that to other people. You don't have to succumb to all of these other compartments if they're not really you. You can make them a part of your life. You can be them at moments in time. You can be them, but if you don't want them to define who you are, then perfectly fine. They can just stay where they are. Like, it's kind of like, okay, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be Rapmon, you know, 8 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be the sun, you know, like he can do that. And I think that's what he's realized. So yeah, that's it. I hope this was fun for you. It's really dark now. I have to turn on the light, but if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, suggestions, you want to say hey, please do comment them down below. If you would like to receive notifications of my new videos, please hit the subscribe button over there or over there. And if you would like your very own tarot reading or Reiki healing session with me online for now, of course, here are the details. Now again, every Tuesday is free Health Reiki Tuesday on @SimpleSpiritualityPH. Every Wednesday is 50% off on my one question, one card readings, okay? And I do have a donation button down below. That is the only link by which you can donate. Thank you very much. You're not required to do so, but if you would like to, that is the only link down below. And thank you so much to everyone who has donated thus far, all right? From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, all right? And if you have donated, you are automatically in the running to win a free, full, in-depth email reading from me. I will just notify the winner every month via DMs, all right? Now, I will see you guys next time. Bye.